Fellow tennis nerds, I'm here with my amigo Juan, visiting from Hamburg. He's from Chile originally, but visiting from Hamburg. We've been playing a lot of tennis these last few days, testing racket strings and all kinds of things, tennis. But this review is about Toroline strings, and I've been testing so many different setups with Toroline, but I think the most hyped up and the most interesting for you guys, which we'll talk about first, is the Karue setup called K Pro. So that's wasabi carbon and caviar in the crosses. And what do you think about this first hit with that one?
I have a very good impression of these strings. Like they feel like they have a nice ball pocketing. They also don't feel like stiff at all, because this racket, the Pro Staff 97, has a fame of being a little bit stiff.
Yeah.
But it felt like very nice in the arm, and you have a lot of spin potential as well. And you said that it was also stringed like very high, like 26 or 27?
He strings it like that. This is 24, 23. Okay. So it's like 53 and 51.
Then it's exactly the tension that I will use. And in general, I thought it was a very nice, with this racket, it felt very nice. Like I could definitely use it for going to a match.
Yeah.
Because I tend to spin to play with a lot of topspin, and therefore, and this 60x19 with this setup, it fits my game. I think it's a very nice one.
Fits your game very well. You get like nice kick. It feels very solid, the string setup. That's my feeling. Like this one feels like a rock. Like it almost makes the sweet spot a bit bigger.
Yeah.
It is semi-lively. So if you're ultra, you want dead strings, you really want ultra control, might not be the strings for you, Toroline. They're not the deadest string, but they produce really good snapback. And we talked about this with this setup as well, which is Super Toro in the mains, and a string called Enzo, which is round in the crosses. And like you said, in this racket, I see that in your shots, I feel it in his shots, that he gets so much just kick at the end of the ball bounce,
Definitely, like this one with the Angel, it's amazing. Like I have never seen, I think, like a combination of poly strings that have such a crazy snapback. Like we have played with this racket already 3 times, and it's perfect, the snapback, and it feels also very nice, like extremely good spin potential, I think. Well, this racket has a denser string pattern, therefore you have a little bit more control when you find the ball here in the middle of the string bed. But both rackets I like. This is of course like a praise to this racket. It's a very nice one. We have been talking about this the last couple of days. Yeah. But with these strings, they also feel like a very good combination. It also looks aesthetically very nice.
Yeah, that's important, right?
The color of the racket with the strings, they fit very well. But in terms of playability and comfort, and as you said, it's a string that gives you a little bit. It's not like a very dead poly. So that's a matter of taste. I like polys that give you a little bit more, because I play with a lot of topspin. Yeah. And therefore the combination of these 2 ones, the one in the Angel and the one in the Pro Staff, are I would definitely play with these strings.
Yeah. No, he's been playing really well, and I do like them too. I prefer a little bit of a deader string, so it's a bit more a struggle, but if you put them in a very more controlled racket, then they play really nicely. But here you get a bit of an extra lift on the ball, so I think it's great for you maybe who wants to have a little bit more extra over the net, for example.
Definitely. So, if you play very flat, maybe it's not the string for you, because it can fly a little bit longer. But if you tend to play with a lot of topspin, and you want to avoid like shoulder issues or any kind of pain, I think from what we've been testing the last couple of days, I think both are very, very nice.
Yeah, and the string is very responsive, so it actually has a life of its own, it feels like, but not in a bad way, like you don't get control, but it's responsive in a way that's not going to give you a lot of arm problems, because strings that are quite dead, they will give you a little bit more impact on the shoulder, on the arm, elbow, and so on, and these strings are more arm friendly, and you can obviously dial that in with tension. So if you have arm issues, you can play with a poly, but you need to really go down in tension. Don't stay in the higher kind of Karue Sell stuff.
Definitely.
And if you're a semi-advanced player, I like this kind of 53, 51 pounds is pretty good.
24, 23 kilo, exactly. It feels, for my taste, this is always a matter of taste.
Yeah, of course.
It feels very, very, very nice, comfortable, sprint friendly. Nice ball pocketing, mostly on this one. I don't know if it has to do with the racket or the string, but I have more ball pocketing with this one, with this combination, than with this one. But this also feels very solid, like we were talking before. This feels like a little, the stiffness doesn't feel like 61 in this racket. No, it feels a little bit higher, and therefore nice feeling and also the ability of putting the ball away. But the strings, coming back to the strings, both I like a very positive positive impression of both of them.
I can really recommend them. Toroline, they make some great strings. The pocketing extra here, I think, is partly due to that the caviar is pretty soft. These are maybe a little bit firmer, and also the color makes a difference. So if you have a yellow string, usually they're a little bit more lively. And mixed with the carbon, I think you get a good combination of a little bit more control from the mains, but then you have that lively string in the crosses. So with the Toroline setups, I've been mixing, matching. Some I like, some I don't like. These two are excellent, as Juan said as well. And yeah, can be highly recommended. And I think I've been trying in so many different rackets, so I don't think they're so racket dependent. You know, you can put this in any racket and it should play fine. So thanks for joining the review.
A pleasure being here.
And don't forget to play some tennis.